Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh, and nice to meet you, Madhumana. I'm here to give our video presentation as an introduction. So, we GroupMate have chosen Parini as our company, and we have do all the reference, we make every review, and we also has calculated our ratios. So, before we went to our main topic, which is the detail of the company background and all the calculation, first, I want to introduce you to our group match. So let's see. Alright, Minona. So I'm going to introduce you to our group member. So basically, we have Ardina, we have Auni, and we have ID, and me, basically Izzat. So this is my group mate that we have decided to make this video about Parini and our assignment about the ratio calculation. So we're going to jump to the company's background, and I am there to explain. I forgot to explain to Medana. I'm very sorry for stopping you from going further into our video presentation. But in this table of content, I want to briefly explain the role of my groupmates in this presentation video. So basically, us right now is in the table of content in the page 2. So in the page 3, we will have the company's background, which you will be see me explaining to Madam Anna that I'm going to explain briefly about the company's background, the little bit background of the Padinis company. I'm not going to go into much of detail, but I'm going to briefly explain to you just so you know about Padinis. And also in the page 4 to 6, we will have Adina and Auni to play the role in explaining about the financial ratios to Medwana. And don't worry, I'm sure they will done a great job in explaining the role and the mission. And also, I did will take role on the page 7, which is the recommendation, the conclusion, and I did role is to explain that part, and I'm sure he can do a very good job. So, without further ado, let's get to it. Come back, Mana, and it's me again, Omazaikom Zakaria. So just now we had our group introduction. So now I am here to talk about the company's background of the Parinis company. So here we all know that Parini has established in 1971. So in the meantime, Parini has operated initially as a garment manufacturing and a trading business. Over the years, Parini expanded its operation into the retail sector and successfully developed in an in-house brand. It also have a cater to different market segment. So I'm going to give to my next group mate, and they will explain you more details about what we have done in our assignment, and we will make sure that every detail is matched to your preference.
For this slide, I will compare the company's liquidity and efficiency ratio between 2034 and 2035. For the liquidity ratio, the current ratio increased from 4.38 times in 2024 to 4.51 times in 2025. This shows that the company improved its ability to pay short-term liabilities using current assets. Next, the quick ratio decreased slightly from 3.32 times to 3.06 times. However, the ratio is still above 1. So the company is still able to pay its short-term debts without relying too much on inventory. The net working capital also increased from 985 to 937,534. This means the company had more current assets after deducting current liabilities. Overall, the liquidity position is strong. For the efficiency ratio, the inventory turnover decreased from 4.25 times to 3.06 times, which means the company inventory moved more slowly in 2025. The average collection period improved from 13.21 days to 1.34 days. This is a good sign because the company collects more money from customers faster. However, fixed assets turnover decreased from 16.67 times to 2.202 times. 0.29 times, and total assets turnover decreased from 1.05 times to 0.94 times. This showed the company was less efficient in using its assets to generate sales. In conclusion, the company has strong liquidity, but it needs to improve its efficiency, especially in inventory management and asset utilization. Thank you.
Next, I'm going to explain about the leverage ratio. Okay, so leverage ratio contains debt ratio, debt to equity, and time interest earns. The first formula is for debt ratio is total debt divided by total asset times 100. So my answer is 0.22%. For the second one is debt to equity. The formula is total debt divide total equity times 100. So my answer also 0.22%. The last but not least, time interest earned. The formula for time interest earned is earning before interest and tax divided by interest expenses. So the answer is 3.06 times. Next, we move to profitability ratio. So profitability ratio contains gross profit margin, operating profit margin, net operating profit margin, return on asset, and return on equity. The first formula for gross profit margin is gross profit divided by sales times 100. So my answer is 102.59%. For operating profit margin, interest before earning and tax divided by sales times 100. So my answer is 105.94%. The third one is net profit margin. So formula is net profit margin divided by sales times 100. So the answer is 102.59%. So return on asset is net profit divided by total asset 100 times. The answer is 18.11%. And lastly, return on equity, net profit divided by common equity times 100. So the answer is 18.50%.
Hello, Manana, it's me again. So, I am here to explain you about the leverage ratio and also the profitability ratio in 2025. Since we got a couple of issue regarding of this part, so I am here to cover this to this part. So, in leverage ratio, the debt ratio that we have calculated in our assignment, and now we got 42.2%, which is a little bit higher compared to 2024. So for the debt to equity, we got 73.12%, which is higher compared to 2024. And for the time interest earned, we got 3.6 times, which is equal to 2024, and it's mean that the Parinis are able to pay the interest. For the profitability ratios, now for the gross profit margin, we got 38.86%. For operating profit margin, we got 12.30%. Alright, for the next profit margin, we got 7.99%. And for the return on asset, we got 7.55%. And for the return on equity, we've got 13.05%. So this is part where I cover up. For the next part, I'm going to give to ID, since he's going to take a role on explanation about the recommendation and conclusion about our video presentation. Thank you, Madam Ana.
My name is Muhammad Aidi bin Kamal Baharim from Liba 6B. So I will explain the conclusion in our company is Padini. In our financial analysis of Padini Holdings Belhai, we found that while the company maintain excellent liquidity and successful collect payment quickly to meet its short-term obligation. This high debt load combined with a failure to control the cost of goods sold. In the last, to overcome this issue, we recommend that Padini immediately improve its inventory management to eliminate overstocking, optimize asset used to drive sales, and reduce its overall debt to restore strong profitability.